Morning. How? Today I want to talk about the H1, the heavy recurve bow from AliBow. Now, if you want to, for whatever reason you choose to shoot a heavier bow, one of the biggest sort of like problems with shooting heavier bows is actually getting hold of one. A sort of a long bow in this sort of pound range, you'll be looking at sort of, if you had a U self bow or things like that, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Whereas if you want to try and shoot a heavier bow without spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds, here is your baby from AliBow in China. They make this H1 bow. Now it comes in different pound rates up to about £100 from 80, 85, 90, 95 and £100. You can have them rated at your thing. This one's rated at £80 at 28 inches. I'm not a big fella, so that's quite enough for me. And its construction, let's just do this like a review of the bow. It's one of these horse bows from AliBow with a fiberglass limb here and a really nice wooden recurve bit on the end and a really nice wooden riser here. It's light, it's comfortable, and it's very, very fast. This the construction of this is very basic, very simple. We have a Hessian wrap here, but I know that's all been forged and glued and pinned. Forged and glued and pinned under there, and that's a Hessian wrap, and that's it. I've actually broken one of these bows down to find out how they were produced. But there you go. It's got a leather wrap round on this thing, and if you look there, you've got nice little tied in. But as you see, it's a very, very basic looking bow, but it shoots absolutely fantastically. I can't actually fault it. It does what it says on the tin. It's a bow. I've weighed it. It is about £80 at 28 inches. It says about 81 on my thing. Just 80 and a bit, 81. But it will pull. I've also think this will pull to about 32 inches. So if you're a big fella and you've got a really good long draw length, my length 28 inches is quite a draw for me. I'm not the biggest person. I'm only 5'9". I'm 5'9". I used to be 5'10", but as you get older you shrink. I don't know if you shrink in your width or anything like that, but I'm drawing about 27 3/4, 27 and a half, 27 3/4 comfortably. I can pull it to 28. I can pull all the way to 32 on a light bow, but that's with your hand behind your head. It just doesn't feel right. But the lovely thing about a high poundage bow is you can do quick shooting with a shorter draw and the arrows are still coming out at quite a crack. Yeah, the penetration on that target board, which is, I bought one of those little round discs just to see, you buy them on eBay. I think they're Chinese sort of things. You buy them and you got that, you can see the red and white target on the center. That's quite a thick foam. Then it's got another layer of foam. Then it's got 3 layers of foam, and the arrows are going right the way through that. So if you're going to shoot a heavier bow, do have make sure your target is not going to the arrows are not going to go straight through the target as well. You will go through arrows shooting a heavier bow, because the violence that the speed that they're traveling and the violence that they go for basically destroys these arrows. But I've just got a set of these, 30 quid for a dozen. I mean, it's cheap as chips really, and they've got a very small field tip on the end, but which you can replace, which I am replacing them. but when they get dull, you know. But if you're going to be shooting, practicing, target practicing, do not put your broadheads on there, because you're wasting your broadheads basically. Just use a field tip, and that's really, you know, and they shoot really, really nicely. But if you want a heavy bow for about $100, yeah, just under 100 quid, the H1 from Alibow. Totally recommend it, okay? Nicely built. The only thing about Alibow is, I will say, is they take a little bit of time to deliver, but they do deliver, and they do answer every emails when you say, excuse me, I'm waiting for a bow from you, and they say, oh yeah, we're getting on it, we're getting to it, we're getting to it. But anyway, peace and love, people. Enjoy. May your arrows always fly straight, and a heavy bow, for whatever reason you might want to shoot a heavy bow, this is the way to go.